back of the Dubai show, see Rolls-Royce is doing well this morning.
Yeah, absolutely. Rolls-Royce is always going to be a winner if airlines are spending money. It seems to have the right engines. It's got a good tie-up with both Boeing and Airbus. So, yeah, we should see it driving forward. And there does seem to be a lot of spending power with the Gulf Airlines investing in a new fleet.
What's the market going to do this week? I guess it's Fed again, right?
Yeah, I think all eyes to the Fed on Wednesday. I do think that we'll see them talking down the chances of tapering in December, and therefore the market will react positively to that. I can't see that Bernanke's last move and Yellen's first move will be a taper so soon. So I think it will be in the new year we see that tapering.
If the December taper was realistic, that would surely show up somewhere in these minutes on Wednesday, right?
Yes, absolutely. I think they will have to signal it, but we have seen before they signalled pretty clearly that they were going to taper in September and then didn't. So the Fed, you do have to take now with a little bit of pinch of salt their credibility.
I mentioned China, on the back of, or together with the US stimulus, we're getting real economic reform in China, it seems. How positive are you about this?
Yeah, China's obviously hugely important to the world economy, and the leaders there have realised that, so they're putting in place a sensible 10-year reform plan. But China doesn't change overnight, and it's going to be a big ship to turn around and to change. So short term, I'm not sure there's going to be a huge amount of impact, but the market is welcoming it in the medium term that we are seeing reform, and they're not going to come out and throw a curveball in the near term.
Do we worry about that 9.6% on the house prices there?
I think you worry about everything in China. There is definitely bubbles going in China, but I think the data is not necessarily consistent and as good as the data we see in the West. So I think, again, you probably have to take that with a pinch of salt.
And on our house prices, can't leave you without a comment on the UK prices. Right move this morning, showing another gain. Saying there isn't a bubble in the market, but more pressure on Mark Carney.
Yeah, I think Mark Carney was probably dreading the fact that there were going to be huge gains. So I think it's healthy that there is some gains in the UK house pricing. I think it's healthy that there's nothing on month. But Mr. Carney will probably breathe a sigh of relief as he doesn't have to hike interest rates in the near term.